Yours Excellencies, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, I would like to welcome you all to our first regional policy dialogue with legislators from Southeastern Europe on the prosecution, rehabilitation and reintegration of foreign terrorist fighters. As mentioned by the moderator, I am also very pleased that despite the challenging times we are all going through, many of you, including 30 parliamentarians, were able to join the event in person in Vienna, or at least contribute online. I sincerely wished to be among you today. But unfortunately, the policy dialogue conflicted on my schedule with an other important OSCE event in Warsaw. To begin with, I commend the OSCE Secretariat and particular its Action Against Terrorism unit within the Transnational Threats Department and all the OSCE field operations in the Southeast Europe for their tremendous support in co-organizing this event with the OSCEPA. Just to mention a few names, I would like to all heartily thank Ambassador Alena Kupchena, Miss Georgia Holmer, Mr. Feitzu Nurmaney, and Mr. Manuel A. Singh. I hope today marks the first of a long series of joint events in the counter-terrorism context. By joining forces, we can reach out to new stakeholders and be even more comprehensive in our approach. Hopefully, this will become a model for cooperation also in other areas of our busy agendas. Today's event invites you to explore key security challenges and highlight promising practice for the effective prosecution, rehabilitation and reintegration of foreign terrorist fighters and their families in Southeast Europe. Moreover, it will provide an excellent opportunity to raise awareness of relevant international standards and emphasize the important role of legislators in this context. At this point, I would like to also thank the experts who will kindly walk us through several interesting sessions. Esteemed colleagues, in the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly, we attached great importance to the topics of counter-terrorism and radicalization. This is why we created an ad hoc committee back in 2017 to bring more focus to our parliamentary efforts in this field. The CCT, this is how we call the ad hoc committee internally, has done great work over the last 4 years and is widely recognized as an important player in this field. Today, we have with us two key actors behind this success, former CCT chair Mr. Vakis Voridis, now Minister of Interior in Greece, and Mr. Reinhold Lopatka, the current chair of the CCT. Mr. Reinhold Lopatka is as well elected as Vice President of the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. I would like to thank you both for your dedicated efforts and commitment, along those of all CCT members, many of whom are also contributing to this event. Notably, the OSCEPA has adopted an important resolution on the challenges related to returning and relocating foreign terrorist fighters back in 2019. This document, which was approved unanimously by our members, reiterated important international commitments and offered valuable policy guidance to our participating states in dealing with the FTFs. Since then, the COVID-19 pandemic aggravated many of the existing challenges in this context and revealed new systemic gaps which can be abused by terrorist groups to share their propaganda, commit new crimes, and further polarize our societies. Against this backdrop, well-coordinated actions among OSCE participating states are crucial at the cross-border movements of the FTFs. and they are likely to resume due to the progressive lifting of travel restrictions. Moreover, we must ensure that our responses to terrorism and violent extremism are always human rights compliant. Our cooperative approach among our countries is a key prerequisite to track down, capture and bring to justice terrorists. Similarly, national legislations must be in harmony with each other and meet international standards. Therefore, looking at this complex phenomenon from a sub-regional perspective can be of special value, as neighboring countries often share similar traditions and faces common challenges. The goals of this joint OSCE and PA and OSCE initiative are therefore, first, to better understand the FTF's dynamic in Southeast Europe. Secondly, to build critical synergies among regional policymakers. And thirdly, more precisely frame our role as parliamentarians in addressing the challenges stemming from the prosecution, rehabilitation and reintegration of the FTFs. I am also convinced that our rather unique legislative oversight, budgetary and bridge-making powers make us valuable assets in the global fight against terrorism and violent extremism. I wish you all a very fruitful discussion and exchanges of lessons learned. Thank you very much.